All right, so it's official as of May 2nd, 2026. Spirit Airlines has officially shut down. They're officially out of business. No more Spirit Airlines. So now that's got everybody wondering, what happened, why they go out of business, what's going to happen if I have a flight coming up, or if I'm in the middle of a trip or something like that. How am I going to get to where I need to get to, or if I got flights coming up later? Everybody's trying to figure out what's going to happen. Well, Spirit has already released a statement saying that they're actually going to be taking care of everybody. There's a site you can go to if you need to get your refunds or if you need to get booked on another airline. They already released a public statement. So everybody's going to be good as far as that's concerned. But if you have a flight coming up later, uh, it is going to be canceled. You're going to have to book and go to another airline. But the thing is like, so everybody's trying to figure out why did they actually shut down? Um, you know, some people may think it's because the execs CEO was making all this money and they're greedy. You got some people that may think they had bad customer service. Some people might be pointing to the fuel crisis that's going on right now and everything. The prices of everything went up. You know, some people may be looking at, the competition and stuff like that. So really, it's none of that. Like, I'm gonna tell you the real reason what happened. The real reason why they shut down is because they waited too late to build brand loyalty and customer loyalty. That's the number one thing that they messed up. So let me just break this down. So when it comes to airlines and traveling, there's really three types of customers. So you have customer A, that's just somebody that's just trying to get from point A to point B as quickly and as cheaply as possible. They don't care what airline it is, they don't care about none of that. They just want to know, all right, who can I get the cheapest price to get there? So that's customer A, right? Then you have customer B. So those are the people that want a more upgraded luxury experience. So they want, of course, they want elevated customer service. They want to make sure that they have access to upgrade to like first class or to, medium, the medium cabin. Or, they might want to see, hey, does this airline, do they have like a lounge access or somewhere? So that way, if I have a certain amount of points, I can go into the lounge and things of that nature. So that's B traveler. Then C traveler is the ones that just are loyal to the brand. And it's like, hey, I don't care what it is. I only fly Delta, or I'll only fly American, or I only fly Southwest. So you have those type of customers as well. So when Spirit started out, they were just focused on customer A, and that was a great market because nobody was really servicing customer A. But over time, the other airlines picked up on that. So Delta, American, United, they all created their, you know, uh, low cost experience, for that type of brand and that type of customer, and Spirit, they later on started to try to serve customer B, the luxury people. So they started opening up, the big seat where you pay extra, you get to sit up front and the seat is a little bit bigger. So they did introduce that later on. But where I think and I believe that they failed to move fast enough on is customer C, is that's the people who are just loyal to the brand. Now I know there's a lot of people now that love Spirit. There's a lot of loyalty there, but what happens is in businesses, if you don't build that brand loyalty early enough, you're gonna run into other issues like we mentioned before, like the fuel costs, and you're gonna run into, of course, the pandemic happened. There's a lot of things, but if you have that brand loyalty, you can navigate through those types of things. Like perfect example, like Delta, they have a strong brand and they have people that are super loyal that have been super loyal to them for a while. So they were able to navigate and they're navigating now through the challenges. Cause I mean, everybody, all the airlines are dealing with fuel prices and stuff going up, but everybody's not going out of business. You know what I'm saying? So I really feel like they just ran out of time. They were going in the right direction, but they just kind of got in and got over their heads. And, that's exactly what happened. So, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about artists and music as well. And it's kind of the same thing. And artists, like, if you really want to be successful, you have to build that brand loyalty. You got to have those fans that are super fans that they don't care what you put out. They're buying into it. They're listening. They're going to your show regardless. Because the same way with travelers, there's three types of people who experience music. You got some people that just want to, hey, turn some music on. I don't care what artist it is. I just want to have a good vibe and have a good time. So that's, group A. And then you have group B, the people that want a certain type of elevated experience, and they want the music to be a certain kind of way, and they want, or certain types of lyrics and stuff like that. So they're not really, it's not a certain artist, but it's a certain type of experience that they want. Then you have the third group of people that I'm loyal to this artist, and I don't care what anybody else is doing. I just want to listen to this artist. I can ride for a 12-hour trip and only listen to this artist. So that's who you have to serve as an artist. That's the customer base that you need to focus on. And you need to focus on it from day one, from the very beginning. You're going to serve the other groups, but you got to really focus on your loyal customers as an artist. And not just artists, it's just business in general. So if you're an entrepreneur or you got your own company, like, this is a learning lesson right here, what's going on with Spirit, and it's unfortunate that they're going out of business. Like I said, I feel like they were going in the right direction, but it just ran out of time and they ran out of money. So if you're a business owner, really early figure out who's your core customer, who's your core demographic, and just do whatever you can to serve those people, because business is cyclical. Like, it's going to be ups and downs, but the people that are your super fans or your super customers, they're going to be the ones that help you get through those hard times, because they're still going to do business with you regardless of what the situation is or regardless of what's going on. So that's just the lesson to be learned. And, that's how, Spirit Airlines went out of business from my perspective. Like, there's a whole lot of other factors and stuff. Of course, I'm not, in their financials and in the numbers and all that type of stuff. But that is, one of the main things that happened to them. All right. It's DJ Outlet.